Hello everybody. Thank you for coming. I know it's the last nice weather, so I appreciate you are here. There are quite many new faces, and some of them who've been with us since we got incorporated here in July 2019. And for those who are new, I'm Sirli Valken. I'm CEO at VELAS. And today it's a little bit over 1 year since we had our last meetup. So I think we're due for an update. It's for a special occasion. We have here our CEO and founder, Alexandrov. And the stage is yours.
Excellent, thank you. Check.
Switch the slides.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me? See where? Okay. Yeah, I'll grab that. Cool.
This is that's right.
It's live. Everybody.
It's awesome to be back to Crypto Valley. That's been just over a year since last update that we had on the ecosystem of VELAS. COVID and all those other things kind of complicated travel a little bit, especially for Canadian citizens like myself to come into Switzerland over the last year. But it's nice to be back, and it's good to see new faces. We have a lot of cool things that happened in the last year. Obviously, we've been working around the clock, updating and rolling out some of the feature sets of VELAS. Some of the major ones that we did over last year was we forked the first fork of Solana. I'm sure now it's making waves, everybody hears about it. I mean, when we decided to do that and work with them and cooperate with them, it was not very known blockchain, and nobody understood the benefits of it, which is now proven as the right move, the correct one, in the direction that the market's completely agreed with us on. And especially over the last month, if anyone's been watching the charts and the adoption rate at which dApps are building on and DeFi projects are switching onto the Solana chain, it has now been fully justified why we made that decision, and we're really happy about that. Now, what we've done with VELAS to take it into steps further that what Solana is doing, so obviously it wouldn't make any sense to just replicate and do what they're doing. We've continued to focus on the adoption and integration with other chains. So the whole idea of VELAS at the beginning was to be sort of like a home for people who want to trade and hold coins and be coin agnostic as much as possible. So be able to have bridges and virtual machines to connect smart contracts from all the chains onto VELAS chain, allowing flexibility for developers and basically eliminating this whole need of staying in one ecosystem permanently, and allowing people to be able to frictionlessly come in and out of any different digital currencies that they want to possess, hold, trade, or utilize for a particular need at the time for what they're using. Now, what we have done is we actually, the first chain right now in the Solana ecosystem that has the EVM for Ethereum is in the mainnet, and a lot of people are surprised to hear that, and they're really excited to find this out. From the update point of view as well, that I'm personally more excited about is that we've, I'm horrible with slides, I never switch them. But yeah, I guess I'm happy about it. It's just I'm not even talking about this stuff. Let's go for social platforms, sure. The stuff that I'm really excited about to update about, that I want to talk about is we just now had about 40 projects get excited to come onto our chain. And this has to do with what's upcoming in about 3 weeks from now, and that is the first VELAS Launchpad. And it's a collaboration between BCPad, ETHPad, and the pad I can't remember right now. But anyway, there's 3 paths. Basically, what they've done for Binance Chain was extraordinary, and now we're collaborating with them to do the work on VELAS, and they're basically putting all their projects to us. And we already have 40 basically in the pipeline to start developing and launching. This morning on VELAS, we launched the first decentralized exchange, which is called Wairu. I don't know if you guys have been watching the markets on PancakeSwap or anything else. They did 77x this morning, so it's pretty exciting for the fact that we're getting a response from the community, people voting with their dollars and confirming that that's what they want to see. And they're really excited about this independent project coming to our chain. And they want the grant with the sound to work with them to make sure that, they're doing solid things and it's not just, come and go project. To the best of our abilities, of course. And then the CPAD guys that are, basically cooperating with us now, we're really excited about too. They're bringing the community. Hello? Yeah, they're bringing the community, and I don't know if you guys are looking at our socials since last year to date. We've gotten, far more engagement. We've got more interaction from the user. We have community grown exponentially. We have more people active in the Telegram chat. I mean, today, last time I spoke here, we had 5,000 members. Now we have 5,000 active people any time sitting in the group talking and really taking attention. The eyes are on us. Obviously, the success of Solana has helped us a lot, kind of prove our point, and I think it's going to continue helping us move forward. All around, I'm pretty happy with where we are from a year ago now. Last year, we were still in the next stages of deciding what we want to do in the industry, where we want to be, what kind of projects we want to track, how we want to grow, what our growth model was going to look like. And now it's all finally come together, and we know that we picked the right chain, we know we picked the right strategy, that the community is now responding in the right way. As of a few days ago, we're also switched our focus on the decentralized DeFi finance, and we have been listed on PancakeSwap and Uniswap, and now it's contributing about 55% of our entire trading volume between the centralized exchanges, which is actually, I'm really bullish on. I think centralized exchange model, I've always said it, but I'm more confident about it this year than ever. It's going to go away at least relatively soon. And so our focus and primary focus is going to be the decentralized exchanges going forward, and I'm really excited to see that just in a few days the volume is already demonstrating that's really what's happening in the industry. And the centralized models of the exchanges unfortunately have these, they're kind of active gatekeepers to successful projects. You have to negotiate listings, some of them don't even want to negotiate, and it's become sort of a mess. Also, it's a big target for hackers and people inside jobs and kinds of things. People lose their money. They also have to adhere to the OFAC ban list and all the trade lists of all the countries that they can operate in. So there's a lot of issues with centralized exchanges that go far beyond just technical issues and software or anything else. It kind of gets into this whole territory about what I believe crypto should be liberating us from. So this is why the DEX is going to be our primary focus, and this is exactly why I'm super excited about the Wagyu swap, and there's a few others that are coming in its footpath, like it's going to come and build other decentralized exchanges on VELAS as well. So that said, our own projects that we were building on that I was talking about last year were BitOrbit, which was our social media that we're building as an experiment as a first product I wanted to launch on VELAS myself, and we're still continuing with that, and we're on track to launch that by the end of September as an IDO on the launchpad of VELAS. So we're really excited. We're decided to decouple it as a product and do it as a separate thing. And the team is now forming that's going to take it and lead that forward. And it's not going to be us because, as exciting as it was, it turned out to be doing 3-4 things at the same time. It was actually a lot more difficult than we were originally scoped it out. And so, not ashamed to admit it, this is too much on our plate. So we decided to do that out to the community, and people came forward and they want to continue to develop it. So we're going to let them take over and take charge. But what's exciting is that it's happening. It's still continuing on. It's just not in a direction that we originally thought it was going to be. It's not going to be us delivering this product. It's going to be a team of developers that really liked it. And they took our alpha development project, which was, utilizing the VELAS chain. And, we had the software already built that allowed people to upload the images, videos, share them, monetize them, and essentially have what you call fans only type of thing on the blockchain. And then we also had our own censorship models, and I built around how to censor some images and anything that user uploads, which will also contribute to them, and they'll develop it further. And we're excited to see where they take it. So stay tuned for that. BitOrbit is happening. It's moving forward, and it's just going to be another product on VELAS that I'm super excited about because it's just kind of our baby from the inception point of view. From the in the future, stuff that we're looking into right now, like I said, our main primary focus is going to be the DeFi and the DEXs, integrations to other chains. So right now we've built the bridges to be compatible with obviously Ethereum, Binance chain. We've also, now working together with a few teams so that we can create the bridges to allow all the tethered coins like USDC, USDT, and everything else to be deployed in the smart contracts, and people will be able to seamlessly come and go from our ecosystem to those tethered coins to facilitate decentralized exchanges activities, or the DeFi projects activities, which is become also a new thing, a lot bigger than it has been in the last few years. In the last year, having coins that are US dollar backed or fiat currency backed has become really important for a lot of the projects operating on chain. So, with that, just talk about our project itself for those that are not here for the update but to know what VELAS is. So VELAS, like I said, is a fork of Solana, where we have the fastest virtual machine for Ethereum in the industry. Our virtual machines actually clock faster than the hypothetical speed of Ethereum 2.0 that they're planning to release whenever that happens. I hope it happens someday. Meanwhile, we're a cost alternative to operating ERC-20 or any kind of smart contract on Ethereum, which is our way of trying to help the community move forward from the insane gas fees that people currently stop paying with on Ethereum. They kind of become the victims of their own success, which is affecting the whole industry as a whole. And VELAS is trying to provide that platform where people can switch over to and safely continue on with their ideas and their projects and move forward. All our information is online. We've been around for a little while now. See.
Yeah, so I kind of covered
I'm going to cover most of this here. I think I'm kind of getting to the point of if anyone has any questions, really, unless you have anything specific you want me to talk about with VELAS if you're curious about it. And I'll take any questions from anyone if you have any.
The VELAS grant program.
Yeah.
If you could talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah. So VELAS grant program was started as our attempt to simulate what a launchpad does, and we're going to continue doing it. The grant program is our internal in-house foundation-led program to vet and find good projects to bring on our platform. So modeling after some like Tezos and Ripple and all those other guys that they have a corporate office that goes out and tries to get big clients. We're going to continue doing that, where we're spending time, money, and the effort and the hours per day to entice big projects and big corporations to come and utilize VELAS as a chain that they're using for their development. Meanwhile, something like launchpads have become more effective over the last year. If you just analyze the market and see what Binance Chain did over the last year, what Solana is doing, and really fast growing chains, they've all been successful because of launchpads, because it basically brings in projects, at 40 a month, and then bring like each 5 to 10,000 people community-wise with each new addition, and then just expands your chain rapidly versus your team in-house working day-to-day, making calls and trying to convince 1 to 2 clients per month to switch over. It's just a numbers game, right? So the velocity of people adopting the chain is drastic when you have something like automatic launchpad that's bringing in the volume. So we are excited that we got both, right? So our first strategy was to build our own in-house, and we've spent a lot of time on it. We allocated some funds for it, and Wagon Swap was the first example of that launched this morning. And we have, I think, at least 8 coming out this month. They're pipeline to come out and be announced. We're excited about all of them. So with our own grant program, we actually spend more time getting the clients because we're sort of endorsing them in a way, right? And then we're also giving them our money, so we're kind of making an investment in them from a consistent point of view. Where Launchpad is more, it's a community-driven thing. It's their own business model. They have their own token and their own tokenomics and everything else. But I think it's a combination of both in today's world that I think makes more sense. So did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys have any other questions?
In today's prices, what is the say price user have to pay per transaction, be it like small sending token from one wallet to another and executing a more complex smart contract, and how is revenue split between validators and whatever association, foundation you have?
So all the fees go to validators. Start with that for sure. And the fees, because our TPS is so vast, like we have such a high transaction throughput, with just Solana, the fees are extraordinarily low. And just because it is a delegated proof of stake network, by definition, again, the fees aren't that high as a mining network. So it's not a proof of work chain. So we're processing onwards of 50,000 transactions a second. So we don't need to really bid high to get into the block, right? So the fees are by design and non-existent almost. And I believe we're not going to get to the threshold ever that's going to impact that at all. When you look at traditional chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, the reason why the fees are high, as we all know, it's the output, the issue is the bottleneck of their output per block, right? So that's why the fees have to go up. Chains that are coming out now don't really have that problem. It's sort of been solved already for the whole industry. I mean, we can get into details of like how low they are, like how many zeros are a decimal point, but it's insignificant.
Yeah.
This is an example, like, the difference is like, they count that as if, yeah. Any other questions?
About BitOrbit, did you have already an idea how to incentivize people to switch from standard social?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
About BitOrbit, did you already have an idea how to incentivize people to switch from standard social? Because that is the point. If you're building a social platform, then you want people to be part of it.
Right, so we built the alpha product of BitOrbit, right? And our goal was to engage our community to switch over, and most people in our community who are engaged are really excited about it. They want to use it as soon as it comes out. Now we've delayed it twice since the first alpha launch was supposed to be in April. I just didn't like it because I used it internally and just thought it wasn't ready, even for an alpha product. And then we pushed it to June, we did the same thing, and then the final decision in August, we found a team that wants to continue on building themselves, and we just released it down. And now they're going to do it as a separate project as a token launch on Launchpad and VELAS, which is going to be launched in about 3 to 4 weeks. The one that Launchpad is already existing, of course. I think it's going to be one of the first few IDOs that are going to be on it. Now, how they're going to go forward now isn't really, I don't really get to say. We've given them basically what we built, what we're taking it to, and then now they're going to go forward with it. So I think in a nutshell, their target is going to be the crypto people and people who respect privacy and don't like the censorship. I mean, it's censorship resistant by design platform. The whole point is that you can't. It's the community that decides which posts get deleted by a natural vote, and versus like any other social media platform, where active presidents can be removed, like in the past, right? Things like that. People would just think to delete whatever you're saying, like and YouTube and stuff like that, removing things. Even recently, one thing I do like that just happened for BitOrbit's sake, fans only recently they went back to the decision, which they made in the beginning of August, to remove all adult related content from the platform, which seemed like an insane decision because the thing is like 80% of the content is adult related. And then they went back on that decision, and now they're saying continue. But some people are outraged because their whole livelihood depends on providing that content on that platform. But now they're reaching out and looking at alternatives. And so we actually think that that's going to be a good positioning starting point for BitOrbit. It might actually sort of present itself, as we were building it, all the stuff that sort of happened around the world actually showed us that the target would be probably that, that industry. Any other? Cool. Thanks, guys. I'll be here if you guys have any more questions. And I appreciate your time, and thanks for coming today. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
I want to cover a couple of things. Anyone presentation is interested. And I want to cover VELAS is official protocol partner for the biggest Swiss blockchain hackathon happening second time, end of October, where all the big corporates and also the couple of protocols, selected protocols, and Swiss universities are joining. It will be over 500 people. And also we're official protocol partner for the CVVC and VELAS incubation platform and program. So that was an addition from my side. Thank you so much for coming.